Hello students, today we will be discussing something on SAT maths. So the first topic which I would like to discuss is linear function, and it's a very important topic in your SAT. A lot of questions also come from this. See, a linear function means a line function. That is, it means that it represents a straight line. It represents a straight line. See, you might have seen a relation between y and x as y equals to say 2x plus 3 or anything like this. See, this is a linear function because it represents a line straight away, and also the variable in a linear function has power 1. We can also write it as fx equals 2x plus 3, or we can also write it as f input x output 2x plus 3. All are forms of a function, linear function itself. Now the things we should be knowing in this is, number one is, what is slope? Slope, that is, what is gradient? Number two, what is y-intercept? Number three, what is x-intercept? And we should also learn the uses of these. That is, how to use these concepts in a question which will come across your SAT. See, the first thing is slope. See, when we see this line, simply let me write the general form of this. See, fx equals to mx plus c. Here m represents the slope, that is gradient. It means in this line equation y equals to 2x plus 3, this 2 represents the slope. Here the slope is 2. And what about this 3, or what about this c? What does this represent? See, here c represents the y-intercept. Now let me explain you what is slope. See, slope is basically the inclination of the line. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, there is a line like this. How inclined the line is with the positive direction of x-axis? What is the inclination? This is measured as slope. If I say the slope is 2, it means that the line is inclined at some angle. If the slope is 3, it is inclined at a greater angle. Greater is the slope, greater is the inclination. Y-intercept. Y-intercept means where the line intersects the y-axis. So here this particular constant c, or here number 3, gives you the y-intercept. This is the y-intercept. Also one thing, if you actually see the meaning of y-intercept, y-intercept, as I just told you, it is the point where the line intersects the y-axis, right? Now how to find it? If I am given a simple equation like this, 2x plus 3y equals to 6, and I am asked what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept means the point where it cuts the y-axis. On the y-axis, do you know what is the value of x? Yes, the value of x is 0. So at the point on y-axis, the value of x is 0. So straight away to find the y-intercept, I can put x as 0. So putting x equal to 0, I get 0 plus 3y. So I will simply write 3y equal to 6, implies y equals to 2. So here the y-intercept is 2. Similarly, if you find x-intercept, x-intercept means the point where the line intersects the x-axis. And also we know that at x-axis, y is 0. So just simply plug in the value of y as 0 in this equation and you can get the x-intercept. Say if I put y equal to 0, I will get 2x equals to 6. So when I put y equals to 0, I get 2x equals to 6, or simply x equals to 3. So in this particular equation, if I talk about y-intercept, I will say it is 2, and if I say x-intercept, I will say it is 3. So students, let us further see how to measure slope in other ways. See, the first thing which I told you was if y equals to mx plus c is given, then simply you can write that the slope is m. This is the slope. It means that if the line is y equals to 2x plus 3, you can simply write the slope as 2. This is when a line is given. Now, when a line is not given, then how to find the slope, the value of the slope? Second thing, when 2 points are given on a line, then how to find the equation of the line? So, I am telling you that, first of all, when we are given a line, say line L, and 2 particular points are given, say x1, y1 and x2, y2, then to find slope, we use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It means the change in y-axis over the change in x. You can write y coordinate, not y-axis, the change in y coordinate and the change in x coordinate. Or you can also write rise over run. This is also slope. See, when I talk about rise over run, let me draw y-axis and x-axis also. This is origin. Rise over run means this point say A, this as B, let us take this as M or say P. Then what is AP? See, this particular point A on the y-axis is y2 and on the y-axis the coordinate of point B, the y coordinate is y1. So, this will be y2 minus y1, means the rise AP will be y2 minus y1, and similarly here it will be x1 and x2. So, BP is given as x2 minus x1. So, here when we talk about slope as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, it means the change in the y coordinates over the change in the x coordinates. Now, just recall your knowledge of your trigonometry. You know that if I take this angle as theta, then opposite side over adjacent side, this is the adjacent side, this is the opposite side, it gives you tan theta. So, the slope is also tan theta. See, there are so many ways of measuring the slope. Number one is simply from the line. If the line is y equal to mx plus c, then m, which is the coefficient of x, is a slope. And remember one thing, the coefficient of y should only be 1. If the coefficient of y is say any other number, you have to divide over all by that number. I will give you an example also. Second thing, if 2 points are given on the line, then we simply take y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And if angle theta is given, theta is the angle which the line makes with the positive direction of x-axis. I am writing it down. Theta is the angle which a line makes with the positive direction of x-axis. Then slope is tan of theta. See, I can give you a few examples. If theta is 0 degree, then what is slope? Tan of 0. And you may be knowing that tan 0 is 0. It means that the line is parallel to the x-axis. If theta is 90 degree, then it is tan 90, which is not defined or undefined. So, vertical lines do not have slope. See, if I am having this x-axis, this y-axis, if the slope is 0, means the line is parallel to the x-axis. So, in this case, slope is 0. And if the line is perpendicular to the x-axis, means theta is 90 degree, then slope is undefined. That is, vertical lines do not have slopes. So, simply you can write slope of all horizontal lines means parallel to the x-axis, is equal to 0, and slope of all vertical lines is not defined, it is undefined. So let us discuss further about slope. See, I just discussed that when theta is 0 degree, slope is 0, that is line is horizontal parallel to the x-axis. When theta is 90 degree, slope is not defined. Now when theta is less than 90 degree, then slope is positive. It means that if the line is inclined like this, means if it is rising from left to right, we say that the slope is positive, positive slope. And similarly, if theta is greater than 90 degree, slope is negative. Means if the line is dropping, means as we move from left to right, line is going down, we say that the slope is negative. Here the slope is positive because theta is an acute angle. Here theta is an obtuse angle. Obtuse angle means greater than 90 degree. So you should remember these things. Next is how to use this slope. Slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I am just coming down to how to use slope. And one thing more, that one line has a unique slope. Always remember this. One line, that is a given line, has a unique slope. एक लाइन का एक ही स्लोप होता है, दो स्लोप नहीं होते. For one given line we have only one slope. Now see how to use this concept of slope, how to use the concept of slope and where this concept of slope is used. Number one, whenever you are given a linear function in the question, see the question will be started like this, if f is a linear function. So wherever you observe this word, these two words, linear function, it means you have to use the concept of slope. Number two, wherever it is mentioned collinear points. Collinear points means the points are on the same line. It means again it's a linear function. So you have to use the concept of slope. The third point is whenever it is given a straight line, means whenever you sense that it's a linear function, it may be given in these three forms, you have to use the concept of slope. Let me take few questions on this. Number one question, a line is given, 2 points, say 1, 3 and say 2, 7 are given, and a third point is given which is k, 9, and you are asked what is the value of k, find k. Say it is not mentioned here that it's a linear function, it is not mentioned that it's a straight line, but here we see that they lie on a line, it means that they are collinear points, right? So what you will use? You will use the concept of slope. Other thing which I just told you, one line has a unique slope. So how you will use the concept of slope? You will take this point as A, this point as B and this point as C. Now what is slope of AB? It is same as slope of BC. Why? Because it's the same line. Line L. If I take, because a line has infinite points, to find the slope we just require any 2 points. कोई भी 2 point लेकर के आप slope निकाल सकते हैं. It is not required that you take only particular points. So if I take any 2 points on a given line, slope is same. So I can simply write slope of AB equals to slope of BC. It means that slope of the line while taking A and B as points and while taking B and C as points is the same. So here slope of AB will be y2 minus y1, that is 7 minus 3 over 2 minus 1, which should be same as slope of BC, 9 minus 7 over k minus 2. So it becomes 4 over 1 and this is 2 over k minus 2. So if we will simplify it, we get 4 over 1, I am rewriting it, equals to 2 over k minus 2. It means 4 times of k minus 2 equals to, or you can write 4k minus 8 equals 2. That is 4k equals 8 plus 2. You can solve it yourself also. K equals 10 over 4, that is 2.5. So this is how we find the point K. So here is a question on linear functions. F is a linear function. F0 equals to 2, F3 equals to 5, and F5 equal to K. Find K. Straight away, since it's a linear function, what we will be doing? We will be using the concept of slope. So here, F is a linear function, it means it's a line function. Now what does this means? F0 equal to 2. F0 equal to 2 means when x is equal to 0, y equals to 2. I am repeating, when x is 0, y is 2. So the point will be 0, 2. From here we get the point 3, 5. And from here we get the point 5k. It means these three are points on a straight line. One is 0, 2, another is 3, 5, and the third one is 5k. We need to find what is k, find k. So we will be using the concept of slope. Let us take these points as p, q and r. Simply slope of the point of the line taking p and q as point is same as the slope of the line taking q and r as point. So we can write slope of pq equals slope of qr. It means 5 minus 2 over 3 minus 0 is equals to k minus 5 over 5 minus 3. It means 3 over 3 equals k minus 5 over 2. So this cancels out. You get 2 equals to k minus 5. On further solving, simply k equals to 7. So this is the answer. So here's another question. We are given a line ax plus by plus c equals to 0. This is a linear equation. A, which is the coefficient of x, is positive. B is negative and C is positive. This is given in the question. We are required to draw its graph, that is to represent it on a graph. See now students, just remember one thing. Whenever you are representing a line on a graph, what you will do, you will see the slope of the line and the y-intercept. Now to find the slope and the y-intercept, what we have to do? We have to represent the line in the form of y equals to mx plus b or mx plus c. That is the slope-intercept form. See, I am just trying to represent this line in the form of y equal to mx plus c. See here, ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So by can be written as minus ax minus c. It means dividing both sides by b, we get y equals a over b minus a over b times of x minus c over b. Now just equating it with the equation of the straight line, which is y equals to mx plus c. What does it means? It means that the slope is minus a over b. तो हमने slope निकाल लिया है. Here slope is minus a over b. Minus a over b means that the slope is negative or positive. Let us see. A is positive. A is positive means here the numerator is negative. Why the numerator is negative? Because here it is given a is positive. So I can take minus a as negative. Now denominator. What is b? B is negative. It means denominator is also negative. So slope is positive. It means that the line will be inclined from left to right and it will be rising. Okay? As I discussed in the previous lecture. And here second thing is y equals to the y-intercept is minus c over b. See the y-intercept here, minus c over b. Now let me check whether it is negative or positive. What is minus c? In the numerator we have c as positive. C is positive over here. And minus c means it will become negative. Numerator is negative. And denominator b is also negative. So this is also positive. It means slope is also positive and y-intercept is also positive. So when I will draw the line, how it will represent on a graph. See, this is y-axis, this is x-axis, this is the y-intercept is positive. Let us take this as the positive y-intercept, and slope is positive, so the line will go like this. So this is the final answer. See how you will be asked. These questions can also be asked. They can give you 4 different graphs, and they will ask you which graph represents this line when it holds these conditions. So what you have to do, you have to quickly find what is the y-intercept and what is the slope. Simply by finding the y-intercept, if it is positive, just move here. If it is negative, just take a point on the negative y-axis. And if the slope is positive, just draw the line like this, that is rising from left to right. If it is negative, just drop it from left to right. That's it. It's so simple. So students, let us discuss one more question. This is a very hard question for your SAT mathematics. Okay. F equals to 9 by 5 of C plus 32. Just understand this question. See, this is F represents the Fahrenheit temperature, C represents the Celsius temperature. These are both measurements of temperature, and a relation is given between them that F equals to 9 by 5 of C plus 32. Now the question says, if F is increased by 27 degrees, then what is the degree increase in C? Celsius कितना बढ़ेगा? अगर F को बढ़ा देंगे 27 degree से, then what is the increase in Celsius? See, there are many ways, many typical ways of solving, but in SAT we require just 1 minute to solve the question. So we should have a easier way of doing it. See here, I will just see that this represents a linear function. See why it represents a linear function? Because the variable power is 1. It means it's a linear function. So whenever we have a linear function, what we were supposed to do? We were supposed to take its slope. What is the slope over here? 9 by 5. Slope is 9 by 5. What is slope? It is rise over run. What is the meaning of rise over run? It means change in y over change in x. What is y over here? In place of y I am having f. So in place of rise I can write change in f over change in c is equal to 9 over 5. Now see, the slope says rise over run is 9 over 5. It means change over f over change over c is 9 over 5. Now change in f is given. How much? 27 degrees Celsius. So further what we will do? Simply plug in 27 for the change of f. Then what is the change in c? What is the change in c? See, basically if you observe this question, they are just asking you the equivalent fraction of 9 over 5. 9 over 5 equals to 27 over what? See, 9 times 3 gives you 27. 5 times 3 gives you 15. So the answer is 15. Or you can simply solve it also. How? 27 over x, let us take change in c as c only, equals to 9 over 5. It means 27 times 5 equals to 9 times c. So I will just take 9 to this side. 27 times 5 over 9 as c. 9 3s are 27. It means c is equal to 15. So the change in c is 15. See how simple it is. Now when you go to examination, when you are solving this question in an exam, in an SAT exam, you don't require to do all these things. All ये सारा stuff नहीं करना आपको. What you have to see? सीधा सीधा linear function है तो क्या use करना है? Slope use करना है. Slope is 9 over 5. What is the meaning of slope? Change in f over change in c. Change in f कितना है? 27. Straight away you will just write, scribble this. 27 over what? Gives you 9 over 5. This is a very easy question. I think this many students do in class 5, class 6, right? So the answer is 15. Thank you very much. And now students, if you have liked my video, just share with your friends and like it and subscribe it. Thank you so much.